Humans have a tendency to romanticize animals, just think of Mighty Joe Young and Free Willy, but occasionally we forget that getting too close to them might be dangerous. Before we discuss the deadliest animals attacks, hit the subscribe and like button for more videos about the most dangerous, deadliest, and scariest videos. Captivity or significant human contact cannot completely inhibit predatory tendencies. In the end, their actions are unpredictable. The majority of animal attacks are caused by humans entering an animal's area, being provoked, or engaging in careless human behavior. Here are the 10 worst animals attacks people got killed. Number 10. Charla Nash. Charla Nash's injuries are the only non-fatal animal assault on the list. The 55-year-old was in Travis' cage in February 2009. Sandra Harold owned the chimp. Harold couldn't fight off Travis with a knife and contacted the cops. Harold screams he's devouring her in the 911 call. Travis was subdued after being shot by cops. Nash was barely alive when paramedics arrived to treat her. She lost her hands, eyes, nose, and lips. Doctors reattached her jaw and eventually transplanted her face, but she was forever blinded and disfigured. Travis's Lyme disease medicine may have prompted his aggressive conduct. Next morning, his cage was empty. Number 9. Timothy Treadwell. Timothy Treadwell and Amy Huguenard's animal-attacked bodies were uncovered in Alaska's Katmai National Park in 2003. Grizzly man Treadwell fought for bear protection as an eco-warrior. His desire to live in the woods was likewise rare. Treadwell filmed close interactions with 6 brown bears in Katmai National Park days before his death. Willie Fulton, their air taxi pilot, arrived at the camp location and found it deserted. He spotted a bear and called park rangers. They feared the worst after killing a massive, aggressive male grizzly. Rangers recovered Treadwell and Huguenard's torn-apart remains. After studying video camera recordings, it was assumed that the bear assaulted Treadwell during night. Huguenard fought it with a frying pan but was defeated. Huguenard's screams may have sounded like a smaller prey animal, causing the bear to hunt her. Timothy said in the film footage that he didn't like one bear. He refused to bring bear spray or weapons. Werner Herzog's documentary Grizzly Man believes the bear Treadwell filmed hours before his death killed him. Number 8. Don Brancho. An experienced trainer was killed by a whale in Orlando, Florida, in February 2010. Don Brancho, 40, was performing an unusual pool routine when everything went awry. Variable eyewitness reports. Some say the killer whale dragged her in by her arm, while others say she slipped in or was pulled by her ponytail. Tilikum, a 12,000-pound whale at the park since 1992, was a cantankerous and possessive animal. Tourists' video cameras captured the minutes before the incident, but SeaWorld's surveillance cameras did not. Once he had Brancho in his mouth, Tilikum swung her about, breaking her jaw, vertebra, knee, and elbow. She perished after being pushed under. Tilikum was lured to a smaller pool by SeaWorld personnel. Number 7. Olga Mosculova. Olga Mosculova, 19, and her stepfather, Igor Tsiganenkov, were killed in a Siberian forest in August 2011. When they returned to retrieve a fishing rod, the pair was attacked. The bear broke her stepfather's neck and head. The woman couldn't outrun the bear. She called her mother throughout the attack. Mosculova shrieked, "Mom, the bear's eating me. It's horrible, Mom. Help!" Her mother thought it was a joke until she heard the bear roaring and munching. The bear's cubs devoured the body while it was still alive. Her mother phoned the police, but it was too late. Mosculova and her stepfather were found mauled. Humans encroaching on bears' former habitats and a lack of natural food sources may be behind the rise in bear assaults in this region. Number 6. Steve Irwin. The well-known crocodile hunter was renowned for his up-close and intimate method of photographing wild animals. This is the same man who spent his honeymoon trapping crocs with his new wife. Steve Irwin had spent his career interacting with a variety of dangerous animals before he was killed in one of the deadliest animal assaults. In Australia's Queensland state in September 2006, Irwin was recording an underwater documentary close to the Great Barrier Reef when tragedy eventually struck. A stingray that was being approached reacted defensively by jabbing him with its tail barb. Irwin originally believed the injury was only a perforated lung, but crew members soon recognized the severity of his wounds. When Steve was carried to the shore and given CPR right away, it was determined that the barb had punctured his heart. He was given the all-clear shortly after by emergency personnel. His team took video of the incident, but Queensland police destroyed it out of respect for the Irwin family's privacy. On this list of animal attacks, Irwin's death is one of the most well-known. Before we move further, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Number 5. Carlos Souza. In the hours before closing on Christmas Day in 2007, Tatiana, a 4-year-old tiger, escaped from her outdoor enclosure and assaulted 3 guests. All of the deceased were young males from San Jose, including Amrit Paul and Kulber Dhaliwal, 2 brothers, and 17-year-old Carlos Souza. The brothers fled to a neighboring cafe as the tiger jumped over the fence and attacked Souza. In a state of panic and bewilderment, cafe staff summoned the emergency services, and zoo security shut down the facility to prevent Tatiana from fleeing. Number 4. Bill Scott. In June 2014, Bill Scott was murdered by a 4.5-meter saltwater crocodile in Australia's Northern Territory. The family's boat was anchored in a peaceful billabong. Scott was dragged under the water, witnesses say. Family members called out, but his body surfaced minutes afterwards. Rosalind Scott said the attack came from behind the motor. Crocodile attacks were common in remote, destitute places along the Nile in Zimbabwe, but visitors and residents had become complacent in Australian waterways. A female traveler was killed by a crocodile in Kakadu National Park earlier this year. The attacks raised threat awareness. Crocodiles in the region can be bigger and heavier than fishing dinghies and hard to notice, therefore people should be careful when entering streams where they may be. If you wish to fish in crocodile-infested waters, you'll need a bigger boat. Number 3. Horatio Chappell. On August 5, 2011, a polar bear assaulted a group of British schoolboys in Svalbard, Norway. The group had found bear footprints in the snow earlier in the week and photographed them. Horatio Chappell, 17, was killed by a polar bear despite an improvised tripwire system at the party's camp. Witnesses said he fought vigorously but lost. One witness observed the bear charge Horatio. The bear injured 4 people before being shot dead. An inquest revealed the camp's defenses were inadequate and the leaders lacked handgun training. Poor health and malnutrition likely led to the bear's hostility. Number 2. Swedish Zookeeper. Unnamed Swedish zookeeper assaulted by 8 wolves she nurtured from puppies. Colleagues at Kalmarden Zoo said she always followed safety rules. She entered their enclosure on June 17, 2012, and notified staff. Staff went to check on her after she didn't respond to a radio call. She was attacked by an animal. Her remains were found in a wolf enclosure. Local tabloids said emergency services had to sedate wolves to remove her body. No clear explanation was given for the attack, and in the wild they avoid people. When accustomed, wolves are sophisticated predators who may strike unprovoked. Number 1. Cheyenne Hare. Cheyenne Hare, too, was killed by her parents' pet python in Florida in 2009. Gypsy, an 8-foot Burmese python, escaped her aquarium and slithered into the baby's cradle. Cheyenne was bitten and strangled. Her mother was sedated and unaware of her daughter's troubles. Cheyenne's stepfather found her the next morning with Gypsy on her head. Darnell stabbed the reptile and phoned 911. Sobbing, he said, "The baby's dead. Our stupid snake strangled the baby." The couple was charged with culpable manslaughter. Wildlife officials stated the snake wasn't properly secured or registered as required by law. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.